Okay, Extreme Ownership. Now, this is a book by Jock Willink. I was really surprised how I thought I'd hate it. He's a US Navy SEAL, and yeah, guns and ammo, and let's shoot people, yeah, America. I thought I'd hate it, and I don't know why I listened to it, but I did on Audible. And basically, I hate to say this, it's actually really good. Let me explain what it means. Now, when you do any task, let's say you're cooking dinner. Now, let's say you kind of outsource, chop the potatoes, right? Or chop the carrots, and you do the rest. Now, you didn't really give the full instruction to chop the potatoes and chop the carrots. You just said chop them. Chop them how? How thin, how thick, what shape, what type of carrots, what potatoes, nothing. You left it completely up to them to just chop potatoes, their interpretation. Your instructions were not clear. You did not have extreme ownership. So when those potatoes come for what you're cooking, this is a really simple example. How they come is how that person deals them. So you did not take extreme ownership. So let's retry it. Can you chop a fist-sized potato into 1 centimeter slices acrossways? Do you understand? Yes, I understand. Show me what you're going to do. Yeah, that's exactly it. We understand each other. Please do that. Carrots the same, long ways, 1 centimeter wide, like little discs. Do you understand? Yes, I understand. Show me how? Yeah, that's it. Okay. Even, show me a slice. That's the one. Okay, lots of those. Thank you. That's extreme ownership on the most simplest of forms. Now, what he talks about is in the military, which is his background, and specifically the US Navy SEALs, how good leadership is taking extreme ownership. So down to the planning of something, down to the execution of something, you try and foresee every problem that's going to come and how you're going to respond and how you're going to tackle it. And you make sure that everyone in your team, or even if it's just yourself, that everything's being covered. And if it's anyone's fault, it's the leader of the team, not the guy that messed up his part, not someone else. It's your fault. So obviously this goes straight across to a team sport. It goes straight across to business. It even goes to your household. Who is responsible for cleaning the bathtub? It's dirty. Oh, it's your fault. You didn't clean it. Well, I didn't know I was meant to clean it. Why is it me cleaning it? Whoever the leader of the house is did not give the clear instruction. Keeping that bath clean is your responsibility. Do you understand? Do you understand what it means to be clean? Do you understand what kit you need? Yes, yes, yes. There's a level of detail that ticks a box that you had extreme ownership of it. And when I listened to the book, I really wanted to go, oh, this is rubbish. But it actually really resonated. And when I think about failures that I've experienced, it's because I didn't grab hold of the tasks as they were being carried out. I left them to someone else to perform. And when I think about it, especially for stuff that you care about achieving, it is all on you. I'm going to say that again. It's all on you. So if you're a tennis player, it's not your parents' fault for getting you there late. It's not your tennis racket's fault for not being restrung or having a fresh grip. It's not the tennis ball's fault. It's not the person in the crowd putting you off's fault. It's not that you didn't have a good breakfast or preparation or train hard enough. They are that it's 100% your fault. You should have trained. You should have eaten properly in preparation. You should have made sure your parents were up in time to get you to the tournament in time, to be warmed up. It was up to you not to be distracted by the people in the crowd. It was up to you to prepare your plan. It wasn't anyone else's fault. A lot of people try and blame other people, and it's a really bad habit. So, and I totally got it, because think of something yourself that's failed. Did you grasp every key moment as it went through the process? I'm betting no. And did you try and blame someone else? Probably yes. So when you turn that and go, right, I want to achieve this goal, it is 100% on you to control it every step of the way. All right. So, yeah, I've done examples. So, your relationship, why did it fail? Oh, it's their fault. Well, did you make an effort? Did you schedule time together? Did you compromise on things you disagree with? What did you do in return in the relationship? In a company, did you give everyone clear instruction what you were trying to achieve? Did you execute your part? Did you check that they knew what they were meant to execute? Did you just leave it up to them? You need to empower each person within who's performing, let's say, task A. It's 10 people involved. Are they all very clear on what they're doing, each person, and that no one has an overlap where something can fall through the gap? And did you manage each person? Not micromanage. Did you empower them to fulfill their part of the task so that they couldn't blame you or someone else? They need to be responsible for their part if it is a multi-person endeavor. Or if you were solely responsible, like if you use a bookkeeper in your business, or let's say you're a YouTuber and you use someone to do your videos. Are they very, very clear on how you like your videos and what you want to achieve? Have you really gone into the details so that they literally just execute the points that you've said? So at 1 minute 30, I want it to cut to this. At 2 minutes 40, I want it to cut to exactly this. Not just edit my video. There's a level of detail required, I think. There's a hurdle height, let's call it, where you have extreme ownership. And if it fails, it's not that video editor's fault, it's your fault, because you didn't handhold it enough through the process. It's the same with a hobby or like a passion. If you're a competitive swimmer or cyclist or runner, did you prepare enough? Did you train enough? Did you make some excuses? Did you get up there on time? Or like the tennis reference. And it's important in the ownership to make decisions. Decisions. Like not, we'll see how it goes. No. Let's plan right now and let's execute like this. And only at a point where something doesn't occur will we reassess and reschedule the plan. But be ready for that to happen. An expectation of something to occur, and obviously there's frequently occasions when something doesn't occur that you then reassess and rejudge the plan. One of the keys to extreme ownership is ego. So especially in the military, all these like jocks. They got too much ego to go, yeah, it's my fault. We tell our kids something's happened, something's wrong, right? Something's happened, and you made a mistake. To a teacher, to a parent, whatever. First thing you say, I'm sorry. I made a mistake. Immediately, the parent or teacher go, damn it, I can't tell them off now. Because they came in with, I'm sorry, it's my fault. he's taken, or they have taken, ownership and admitted it is their fault. They didn't go, oh, it was their fault. It wasn't my fault. It wasn't my fault. It was, it was cloudy that day. They've taken ownership. And it's really important for, you get it in a workplace, why a project failed. Yeah, it's not my fault. It was Tim. He didn't do, his stuff good enough, Well, actually, no, it's not Tim's fault. It's the person leading the project's fault because Tim didn't know what he was doing or couldn't execute it or for whatever reason. And then the person who's just blamed him, why didn't you help him? When it was all going wrong, why didn't you step in? Why didn't you let the leader know that it was failing all around Tim? See? So, but it takes a humble and a person with less ego to acknowledge this. When something's not working, immediately tell the person who's asked you or who's responsible, or if it's you witnessing it, okay, don't worry, we can fix it. It's not your fault. Let's sort the issue. This person can help you, You fix the problems as they come, as they go. It's really important that the ego and being humble, that eagerness doesn't get in the way, and that you're humble and just go, yeah, it's my fault. Really crucial. There's an element in the book where they talk about commitment and belief in what they're doing. And I get it. It's a little bit like, America. But at the same time, you do need to believe in your plan and commit to it. So, if you're going to play, I'm just thinking like football, a 4-4-2 setup, you all need to agree and believe in the 4-4-2, not the 2-5-3 or whatever system. And if you're going to play 4-4-2, you all 100% are in it, committed, and all wrinkles have been ironed out. It's, I guess in the military, it's a life or death situation, potentially. In a company situation, you need to commit. Let's say you commit to Google ad spend over Facebook ad spend. Whoever's managing that ad spend must commit to it. Not go, well, I don't really agree. I think Facebook ad spend's better. It'll fail. And you have to buy into the project. I guess that's the best way to explain it. You've got to buy into it. If you set a training program to get a sub 17-minute 5K, you've got to believe in that training system and commit to it. Do you see? The best way to take this to a practical level is you've got a starting point and you've got an end point, whatever it is, a litigation, a sub 17-minute 5K, a revenue target, a sales target. And one thing I really like to do is just break it back down. So when do you want to achieve that by? How are you going to achieve it? And then literally you work it back step by step, when and what has to be done, boom, 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 boom. And then further break down those steps with intricate detail so that it's a monumental task to get from A to B. But once you break it down step by step, all you then do is step into your process and execute. I always think it's when you see a house getting built. You've got a blank piece of ground and you're building a house. So end goal, house. Starting point, blank bit of ground. So the first thing you're going to do is architect's drawings, design and so on, with its own breakdown. You're going to find a builder, so you're going to get quotes, find which builder you want to go with. You're then going to prep the foundations. You're then going to put in the electricals and the plumbing and the underground sewer network and the water and any, if you want lights in the grounds, like on trees or on the gates. You've got to put that electrical in first before you start building your house. So there's an order in which, before you even start doing the above ground work of bricks or timber or whatever, there's a long list of things that need to be done. You know, like project management. I guess it's project management. If you ever worked in like a consultancy or something, they have these big, long project management lists where they have a date, how long it's expected to take. And then as they go through them, they kind of green light them as they go either behind schedule or in front of schedule. And that's, to some extent, extreme ownership. He's just rejazzed it on his experience. So that's how, like, for example, my son talks about being a YouTuber. And I'm like, okay, what's the goal? And he's like, 2,000 subscribers. I'm like, right, so how many you got today? 20. Right. So when do you want to have 2,000 by? And he's like, this time next year. So I'm like, right, okay, so how many months we got? Well, we got 12 months. So we need how many per month? We need this many per month. Right. So how are we going to do them? I'm going to need to make videos. Okay. Right. How many videos are you going to do a week? Right. And here we go. Boom, boom, boom. You're building out that structure. And I think that is how you get hold of some extreme ownership. And the main point, I think, people try, where it falls down is where people don't take responsibility for either themselves, or if they're a leader or in management, for the people under them. They just want to lay the blame, but there ain't no blame. It's all on you. It's the person responsible for the project. It's the manager. And if there's only one person, it's obviously all on them. I really didn't want to like the book, but I actually really did. So, and I now recognize, I think that was the key element from the book for me. I recognize extreme ownership. So we are doing some stuff here. I'm very aware that even though we're paying other companies to do it, they don't care. It's all on me. It's all on me to take responsibility for what I'm paying them to do. And that sounds perverse, but if you care about it and the money being spent on whatever it is, like in a company, if you outsource something, don't just leave it up to them. Grab a hold of them, get through the reports, dig into it, ask questions, take responsibility for it, and they'll respond. You know, companies will respond to someone showing an interest if it's that important to you. So that's my feelings on extreme ownership. It's a good book. Have a read. I'm sure you'll get it. And that's it.